To the school, I said, how many of you have been followed before? And this one girl says, you mean physically? No, mentally. How are you going to stop that? Okay, blind them. Okay. No, would you agree if you've ever been followed before, it always starts off with a gut feeling, right? Where you think someone's following you. People walk behind you every day. Not everybody's followed. I was at a school once, this one girl, she goes, actually, Chris, everywhere I go, guys follow me. I'm like, really? She goes, yes, I've had crowds of guys follow me. She goes, I can't help it. What am I supposed to do? You might want to start working on that confidence. Now, let's say you think someone's following you, but you're not sure yet. What are some things you can do to try to figure out if you're being followed? It's changing directions. If you cross the street several times and they do, they're probably following you. Just don't do this. I'm at a school, this one girl goes, best one is this. Keep crossing the street till you end up at a dead end. And if you get there and you're alone with them, now you know. Yeah. Just cross the street once, go back the opposite direction. What are the odds they would do that? Not likely. When you walk faster, do they walk faster? When you slow down, do they slow down? The best one might be just start running. If you start running and they start running at the same time as you, same direction, don't take too long trying to figure it out where you're like, yes, I think they're following me. I'll just try 2 more miles and I'll be quite certain. Oh, that bubble's still dirty. Okay. It's got nothing to do with it. Just sound like you should go there. Okay. Now, once you know you're being followed, you want to go to these people like a store, a restaurant, mall. Great. The moment you get in the store, tell somebody. Do not be embarrassed to ask for help. If you don't have a cell phone, use their phone. Have someone come pick you up if you really think you're being followed. Because over the years, I've had hundreds of women tell me they've been followed. They go into a store, which is great. But instead of asking for help, you stand there for 10 minutes looking out the window. Oh, good, I don't see him anymore. He must be gone. You walk out and being followed again. And most women said, you know what, I was just too embarrassed to ask for help, so ask for help. Or years ago on this one talk show, they had this one expert who said, if you're being followed, you should go running inside the closest house. Well, do most people lock their doors? I wouldn't go running to a house, I'm in trouble, help me, I require assistance. Okay? Going up to a house and asking for help is a good idea. But try to choose a home where there's somebody at home and it's a safe house to go up to. And even then, there's no guarantees anybody will help you, or a house is a safe one. And I might not go in, it depends on the circumstances. They're better to give you a phone out on the porch. But let's say you're in a neighborhood, you don't know anybody, so you can't go to your friend's house. What are some indications a house might be a good one to go up to?
Lots of people around the house or in the yard.
Yeah, see people in people in the yard or whatever. Sure, what else?
One of those houses with the signs that say like community watch or whatever.
Community watch, block parent sign. There's not as many of the block parent ones anymore. Sure. What do you want to see in the driveway? Cars, nighttime. Lights on. Screen doors shut, inside doors open. Maybe you hear people. What might indicate there's a family there? Kids. If you don't see kids, you see kids' toys. Only time that might be a problem if there are no kids around, but the grown-ups are playing with the toys. Want to play with the building blocks? You're like, let's swing. Woo! I'll go swing somewhere else. Thanks. Okay. The most popular one women have told me is where you just see a house, you get a really good gut feeling. It's well kept, neat, flowers. Just gives you a warm, happy, friendly feeling. I was at a school before Christmas. This one girl, she goes, I would go to a house that smelled like cookies. You're going to run through the neighborhood? No muffins, I need cookies. Okay. Another girl, she goes, I'd go to a house that gave me a loving feeling. What does a house like that look like? Imagine that you're running along really scared and instantly you're like, the happy house. You're not getting that good a gut feeling. Let's all go to the happy house. Something else going on there. What are they selling at the happy house? Not cookies. Okay. How many of you would not go into your own house if you're being followed because you would not want them to know where you live? Completely understand that, but it depends on the circumstances. If you could go into your house, lock the door, get on a phone and call for help, that might be better than going to your friends. Because if your friend is 5-10 minutes away and you do that, you might actually be giving the attacker 10 more minutes to attack you. I admit you're best to go to one of your friends' homes so they think you live there and they can bug them. Sucks to be your friend, you got to protect yourself. So you're laughing, I'm not laughing. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, go to somebody's home you don't like. No, don't do that, they don't like you. You're pounding your door, help me, they're like, no! You would not be my friend yesterday. You will take your beating today. I will watch and cheer. Okay. No, you always want to try to go where there's other people if you can. Have you ever heard of doing this? If you're in a neighborhood, you don't know anybody, take your keys out, walk to a driveway, acting as if you live there, they'll leave you alone. Maybe. True story. Woman's being followed. She was, I took my keys out, walked up a driveway. She was just pretending to go in. She was, I could tell the guy was still standing at the end of the driveway. She was, I had to. She was, I looked over my shoulder. She was, honest to God, the guy looked back at her and he goes, I didn't think you lived there. She starts ringing the bell like, ah! Luckily, somebody's home guy takes off, but imagine if nobody had been home. Another woman late one night, thought she being followed. Same thing. She goes, I took my keys out, walked up a driveway late at night. She goes, but I chose a house late at night with no lights on. She goes, guess who owned the house? The guy behind her. She's like, ah. She goes, I just started running. She goes, when I got to a safe distance, she goes, I looked back. She goes, guy looked at me really weird. Then he went in his house. That's where he lived. He wasn't following her. How many of you have cell phones? Little tip for you. If you have a cell phone and you're really in trouble, use it.